Hi everybody, it's Sam Zitten from JSU of St. Louis, coming to you today from my wood shop because this week's Torah portion is Parshas Noach, where we have two amazing stories of building. One is the famous story of Noah building his ark, but the other is the story of the Tower of Babel. It's a fascinating story. We've got this period after the flood where all of the people of the world, all of them, spoke one language, one unified language. But what was also fascinating was not just that they spoke the same language, but they were unified of purpose, unified of mindset. And with that advantage, they could have accomplished almost anything. Unfortunately, what they chose to do was to build a tower with the stated purpose of making themselves above God. Despite remembering and having reminders of the destruction of the flood and what the world could have done to them, they thought their command of science and technology was so great that they could overcome all of that. And they wanted to prove that in their construction. What's fascinating, though, is how God responds to that. God doesn't simply bring a punishment and stop them and destroy the tower. He comes and confuses their language. He makes it so that they wind up speaking 70 different languages instead of one. And then once they're unable to understand each other, they're no longer able to accomplish their singular purpose of building that tower. Also interesting is that God said, let's go take a look at what they're doing before we judge them. He goes down and sees that their purpose was selfish. It was for their own self-aggrandizement, to put themselves above God, rather than to say something like, let's come together and build something amazing for a positive purpose. You see, had they been on the same page about doing something great for something other than their own purposes, they wouldn't have been punished and they wouldn't have been stopped. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes in this world, we are reminded that we are not in charge of everything. Sometimes, no matter how much preparation or science or technology we have, something like the pandemic we're dealing with comes along and reminds us all that there are things above us. We have an opportunity now to recognize that if we come together with a single mind and a single purpose and a single language, if we can communicate and speak to each other instead of at each other, there is absolutely no end to what we can accomplish in this world. I hope all of you are doing extremely well and you have an amazing weekend, an amazing Shabbos. Thank you so much.